mean, I didn't know if it was Isaiah or.
Did you just buy a T-shirt with that one on it too?
I did. all of these anecdotes I'm buying T-shirts for, but I don't know. I was never aware as to where it actually came from. But the lion shall lay with the lamb. That's me paraphrasing, but that's the general gist of what it. And I can literally sense the march to my house right now from all of the church that are surrounding my house.
Are you saying that that's not what it is?
It is not. It clearly states in the Bible, the wolf shall lay with the lamb. And again, I'm going to be hung from the cross for this because it is, I'm paraphrasing and everybody's going to have this giant argument. But quite frankly, it doesn't matter what it is. This is a huge, huge, huge debate. And you can see, pastors and religious figureheads debating this and actually mentioning the Mandela effect of how this motherfucker was changed from lion to wolf. And there's pastors that you can ask this question as to what beast was there laying with the lamb. And they would say lion 9 times out of 10.
Since Adam's not religious and I grew up in the church, I'm going to interject here. And my mind is kind of blown.
Oh, you're going to fucking just negate everything that I just said?
No, I'm not negating
it.
I'm saying my mind is blown. Like, my grandma actually had artwork of the lion laying with the lamb on her wall growing up.
Yeah.
Like, this is blowing my mind.
It's fucking wrong.
I'm sorry to interject again, but
no, that's okay. But
I even said to Adam yesterday, because we were taking a quiz on like BuzzFeed or something, I don't know, and it was about the Mandela Effect, and there was a question about this, and I said lion.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and it's wrong. So, but to me, this is lends a little bit of validity to the Mandela Effect because there are people just debating the fuck out of this and the reasons as to why, it has been changed over the years and why people are hiding, why did people change it from a lion to a lamb or a lion to a wolf, and all of this different stuff. But this is not Chase Ferris sitting in his basement talking to you guys saying that this is what I believe. There's legitimate argument between, hugely religious people and not religious people. And then there's infighting between religious people and churches and the different, transcripts of the Bible and the different depictions of the Bible. You can read about this anywhere on the internet, and there's literally like YouTube videos of pastors like saying the Mandela Effect is not real and this is why, and they're reinterpreting this portion of the Bible, and it is just outrageous.
Well, isn't the original Bible like in Aramaic or something?
Yeah, well, I don't.
So
I
it's not English.
Maybe.
So.
Well, yes, it's not English. I don't think.
Maybe it's just the wrong translation or something.
No, it's not. Look, for those of you that are listening, and Adam, I would require you as a friend to look this up and do a little bit more research, because I think this is the smoking gun that I think everybody needs to believe that the Mandela Effect is real. Since religion, and we talked about this, religion has such a grasp on everybody's everyday life, and this is one of those things that completely just it just is so confusing to people inside of these religions and people that are to a T and follow these religions and read the Bible and understand the Bible. And this is one of those things that I think when I'm looking, as I often do on Saturdays and Sundays, when I watch YouTube videos of pastors doing their just kidding, I don't do that. But when I was doing research, you can find several videos, many
videos
of pastors trying to explain away the Mandela Effect and this particular instance of it. It's it's fascinating.
I won't argue that there's debate on this subject. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there. I don't know enough to say. But even if that's the case, I still don't see how you're saying that is proof of something like the multiverse or simulation theory. At best, it's circumstantial evidence.
I don't. Well, again, go back and listen to episode 1 if not you.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Just, I mean, you can too, as will I. But I don't think there is ever a way to prove that multiverses or simulation theory, or we are living in a simulation with multiple simulations, running parallel to it. I don't think there is necessarily a way to be able to prove that. But I do think that this Mandela Effect as a whole is not just a collective of people's brains misfiring. And I don't believe that, it's very easy to tie things, or to try to tie things back to psychology or science or something like that. I think it's very easy to try to explain away what is happening by saying, oh, these 7 principles is what's happening, or this is a misfire or a misrepresentation or a misattribution or something like that. I think that's an easy way to explain it. But I think in this instance, it's just far too damning with everything that's going on, with all of the different instances of it happening, with the massive scale that it's happening at. I just feel like there's something more to this than just our brains misfiring or not being able to think for ourselves or something like that. I don't think it's definitive proof, as I don't think we will ever have definitive proof, but I do feel like it adds a little bit more validity to the simulation theory, or that there's, multiverses that we're operating in, that we live in, and things like that. Boom.
So I guess one thing that I want to know, or that I wonder about, is, since the Mandela Effect term was coined in 2009 and Mandela himself didn't actually die to 2013, did anyone ask him what he thought about this and all these people that supposedly believed that he died? I mean, that's what I want to know about it. I looked online and I couldn't find any documented evidence that anyone asked him about it, but I wish someone had.
Well, that's a good question. And I don't think this was probably a popular theory in 2009. I mean, the person that created this wasn't anybody super famous. And, she probably had to take a lot of time to educate people as to what it was. And I think in 2009, we weren't the same internet that we are now, where shit spreads like crazy. So I think we're now getting into the portion where this is easily accessible and easily read about and researched. And I don't think it was on the forefront of Nelson Mandela's brain to figure out what the hell the Mandela Effect was. I think by 2009, he was probably not in a good mental state to worry about trolls on the internet or what was traveling around the internet during that time. But I would love to pick his brain. Maybe that's the answer to my question, or the question when you get asked about who would you like to have at dinner, dead or alive. Maybe it'd just be Nelson Mandela to see how he feels about the Mandela Effect. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen any thought from him, any official memo.
Yeah,
sent
exactly. And I think to Fiona Broom's credit, the initial person that coined the term, I mean, it seemed like she kind of, after their initial coining of the phrase, created a website, and I think it actually took off fairly quickly. So yeah, the internet wasn't the same, but I think that kind of emphasizes the amount of people and the widespreadness of the misrememberings, that even at that time it kind of took off pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan, but I don't think Nelson Mandela and I are in the same circles on the internet, so I think it probably maybe missed him. But yeah, kudos to Fiona for getting this all started and keeping me up at night with reading and going through Reddit about the new things that everybody's trying to figure out. I mean, you got the Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes stuff.
Yeah.
You could literally spend days reading about just the random shit that'll blow your mind with the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, and I think there's no real clear-cut explanation for how the Mandela Effect persists, but I mean, I think it's mostly able to be explained in a lot of these kind of fallacies of the human brain and the memory. But it is, I have to admit, it's impossible to discredit some of your paranormal theories, but
that's good. It's nice. It's warming. It warms my heart to hear that from you.
I mean, the topics are definitely varied and just really widespread, so it definitely is hard to explain. But I think, to tie it to some of our other content as well, I mean, it's very closely related to our previous episode as well with fake news. And, there are a lot of problems with the human memory. And so, it's really important to understand how the mind works. And so you don't fall in this trap of, accepting things that you see, spreading them, contributing to the problem, essentially. And then we kind of touched on it a little bit, and maybe we should have explored it some more. But, these problems with the memory definitely have kind of profound implications in the legal system that, I think are very important to understand.
Yeah, and don't forget that we live in a simulation, and that it doesn't matter because we're reusing code, and these thoughts aren't even our own anyways, and everything else. So,
thanks a lot for listening. Stranger Than Fiction is the brainchild of Chase Ferris, Allison Davila, and me, Adam Davila. We would love to hear from you on Twitter at STF Talk, and check out our Instagram, Stranger Than Fiction Podcast, for a preview of what's to come. To celebrate the successful launch of the first 5 episodes of this podcast, we have decided to host a giveaway. The grand prize winner will receive a Stranger Than Fiction t-shirt in the size of their choice. The other 4 winners will receive a postcard magnet featuring the show's artwork. Here's how to enter. Step 1. Follow us on the social media app of your choice. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Step 2. Rate and review our show on iTunes or your podcast medium of choice. Step 3. Message us a screenshot of your review. Step 4. Tag a friend who might enjoy our podcast in the photo. Each tag equals an entry. No limit to the number of entries. That's it. If you didn't write this down, you can check out the details on any of our accounts. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Stranger Than Fiction Podcast, and check us out on Twitter at STF Talk. Winners will be selected at random on September 18th, and once notified, you'll have 24 hours to claim your prize. Thanks for listening and for all your support. We're excited to see where this show takes us and to get to know all of you weirdos.